Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to this tutorial about loops. First, yes, we're going to talk about loop, the for loop, the while loop and do while loop, and even break and continue statement that you can use in all these loops if you want. So to begin, I want to talk about why do we use loops. The reason is that if you want, for example, to iterate through, let's say that we have an array equal to, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you want to iterate through it. Theoretically, you should console.log every items one by one, for example, and this is not something that you really want to do. And of course, is not scalable and is not flexible. So of course there are better ways, and for loop in particular is the answer to this. But I prepared some sheets here, yes, to demonstrate it better, because I didn't want to code things, etc., etc., in front of you. So I declared cars, an array of cars, and then I will display it not on the console, but inside a p tag. So I declared text equal to an empty string, and about this, don't care about this, is just how to display JavaScript inside HTML, but it's not the point. The point is this one, is the for, is saying, and it will take the name of the car and display it in the text with the BR. No, it's not break what we're saying, BR, which is just a line breaker. Anyway, the syntax of for is this one. First, we initialize a variable which will be our counter. So is e equal to 0, and e equal to 0. Since e is minor than the car length, you perform the statement, and so this is the counter, and this is the condition, and this is the iterator. First, our computer compiler, or what it is, let's not go into computer science now, read this. It says, okay, e equal to 0, e is minor than car length is 7, I don't know. Oh no, then I'm going to perform the statement, which is to display text inside the paragraph, and then after I did it, for is finished, I do the iterator. So I increment e, then I come back here. E is equal to 1. Okay, e is minor than car length? No. Then I will perform it again, and then I increment again, equal to 2, minor, etc., etc., till we arrive at 9, or what it is, and is saying 9 is minor than car length? No, is major. Okay, then I stop the for and I keep going in my code, etc., etc. If you come here and you see the code is displaying all the name of the cars on the screen, thanks to this for loop. Okay, as simple as this, we have as we said, we have break and continue. Break performs, this is continue. Break, what it does is breaking the code, breaking the for loop if something is triggered. In this case, I will use a conditional statement. So the here I said the number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the for loop, the logic of the for loop is the same. It's still there is a counter, there is an iterator, and there is a counter condition and an iterator. But I added a conditional statement which is saying that if equal e is identical than 3, then we have break. Then it breaks. So what it's doing, if you look at the code, theoretically without this, it will display this number is 1, is 2, is 3, is 4, is 5, but it will stop at the number is 2, because once it hits the once e becomes free, before it will start doing the body, doing what's in the body, but the if statement will result in true, and so it will break the for loop. Yes, and this can be useful in many case scenario, I think. Yes, in many case scenario. Now I don't have any other ideas, to be frank, but of course you can even do something different. For example, here is the same code, same identical, but I wrote continue, so I just copy and paste it and place continue. So now what it's doing is doing the same, e equal to 0, minor 10, e plus plus. So if once it hits e identical to 3, it will continue. If we come here, the result is that the number is 0, is 2, is 3, is 2, is 4, is 5, is 6. So we skipped the free number. Another, for example, another possibility. If I write something like this, no, if something that you may want to do, now I'm filtering, I'm deleting all the even numbers, okay? Or I can come here and I can delete all the other numbers. You see? Well, fantastic. So this is break and continue. And now we are going to talk about while and do while. So while and do while has a different, the syntax of while is different from for. Maybe a little more long to write. Anyway, as you can see here, we still have our we still show the text into the HTML. Anyway, we initialize the variable. Our counter is initialized before the statement, not inside the statement, like for was. And then we start with while, and then we place the condition, which is ei minus 10, minus than 10, minor than 10, and then we have our body where we perform our statement, and last we place our iterator. So so yes, what is doing is we have the counter here, is minor, yes, then do what we did and iterate through the iterate the I plus 1 since it becomes more than 10, and then it stops. As you can see here, it iterates till the number is 9, then at 10 it stops iterating, because of course it's not minor. The syntax of do while is different, a little different. We have the same exact code. We initialize the variable, and it says do the body of what you want the computer to perform. Then it iterates, and then it checks the condition. So the condition is checked last. So the condition is checked after you perform the statement. So now you see that the code is identical, the result is identical, but we could, if we come here and we write, for example, let e equal to 20, which is major than, and we show, nothing is shown in the, I mean, the while loop doesn't get executed, not even once. If we come here and we write a number that is major than 10, 20, and we come here, the iteration got performed once, because with the do while you are sure that the iteration will be performed at least one time. So if you desire that a behavior like this, that you want that at least once the iteration will be done, and then it checks the condition, and okay, the condition is wrong, is minor than 20, then it stops iterating immediately. This is the main difference between while and do while. Okay. Between the while and for, I think that for is more used for many situations. But it's always up to you. But yes, maybe because it's more I mean, since it does like this, and the statement is all in one, is simpler. You have to write less code to perform a for loop, and maybe you don't use a for loop simply because you want to iterate through something, but you nest it in some more complex logic, and is more nestable than while. Anyway, as I told, it's up to you. And there is for, but there is for each, there is for in, for off, and maybe I will make videos about this, but I'm making this video as a playlist to show all the basic of JavaScript, so I want to cut short and keep going. If you want to go into details, you'd better even look at documentations that you find online, etc., etc. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.